It is 10:02 on a Sunday evening, a summer's Sunday evening, I believe I can finally say now. I think it's officially summer, or it was a couple of days ago now. I'm not sure if it was on the chest day that we had 2 days ago. I think it is now, though, officially. And yeah, we've got a back day that I'm very much excited for. We had a day off yesterday, a rest day, because I was out, of course, like I mentioned in that Friday night chest video. Had an event and had a few drinks, but all refreshed, no hangover, all ready to go for today's session. Calorie and protein wise, calories, I believe I'm on 2.3k, so I only need 1,000 more calories for when I get back in. And protein wise, I literally think I've pretty much almost hit my protein goal already. So I think I'm on 185 grams of protein already. And of course, I'm aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which is around about 190 grams of protein. And I literally think I'm on 185 right now. So I'm still going to have a pretty high protein dinner regardless. And if I go over, it's only going to be beneficiary anyway. So yeah, plan for today's back day. Like always, we're going to start off with some pull-ups, which, like I also said on the last back day, I'm excited. I think as these weeks go by, they should hopefully be getting a little bit easier as I cut down on the fat. And quick weight update. It's almost 1 week. Or do I save the weight update for tomorrow? Whatever. We are down a kilo already. So last week, this time, I was 88.4 kg, I think that's what. So I was a little bit higher on the bulk, and then I had a few days off before ending the cut, where I dropped down to 88.4. That was that day's morning weight anyway. And yeah, today I weighed in at 87.6, but yesterday was 80. No, today, yeah, 80. Oh, I can't remember. We're down a kilo, pretty much. We're down a kilo already, which is pretty cool. Kilo in the first week, which goes to show that the 3.3k calorie is the 3.3k calorie goal, should I say, is definitely working, because if it wasn't, I'd have stayed the same weight. So I'm gonna still keep it, I think, for 3.3k for this next week. Of course, Thursday I'm going on holiday, so that may get a little bit blurry. I'll still be trying my best to be in a deficit, which I will be. Realistically, I won't be getting 4k calories in. And yeah, look, as long as I'm losing weight, then I'm happy with the current calorie goal. So I think I've set a good limit for my first ever cut. And yeah, like I say, plan for back day. Before I got sidetracked there, we'll start with some pull-ups, and then I want to really start with some lat pull-downs this week. We've been starting off with rows for like the last 3-4 back days now. So yeah, I think the plan will be to do some pull-downs first. Then we'll get some rows trap work in also, and whatever else we fancy doing. So no point talking about it anymore. Let's get in the gym. Okay, just before coming in, I mentioned this in the chest day, I think. My gym, at the entrance to the gym, is the same building as like a rooftop bar. There's always this one security guy that works there. He's a massive dude. I always talk to him about the gym and stuff. And yeah, I mentioned I've got a back day today, and he suggested some things I should try out today. So this back day is going to look maybe a little bit different than what it usually does look like. That meaning exercise selection and also I'm trying to say, and rep wise, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. However, the one thing that we did both strongly agree on is starting off with pull-ups. These are always a staple of my back day. Great back exercise in general, but also just a very good warming up one before you go into any isolation work. So, like always, we'll go for 2 sets, and I really need to buy chalk, because one of the things that's really annoying for me sometimes is my grip strength lets me down, because my hands tend to get quite sweaty when I'm doing these pull-ups, and yeah, I feel like they sort of slip away here and there. So that's something I need to look into. But yeah, first set, let's get into it. Okay, I'm claiming that 12th rep, purely because I've not got 12 in such a long time, which is cool, and yeah, definitely is a sign of the weight loss coming into effect. But yeah, great opening set. Let's go for one more. Okay, I've just remembered now when I was talking about that security guy. That was on the leg day, and pretty much why today's going to be different. Not only because I'm wearing tracksuits, but we are going for high rep volume. That's what he was saying, pretty much. Yeah, we tried on a leg day for the leg extensions and hamstring curls, and even the leg press. Pretty much going lightweight, high rep volume. So that is going to be today's aim for this back day. Of course, unfortunately, I can't really do that for pull-ups. I'm not skilled enough to go high rep volume. Even though, 20 and 8, I don't mind that. But yeah, lat pull downs first. I really like the D handle variation. Just really feel the lats engage very well when I use this. To fair, any narrow grip for me personally just works better than a wide grip, but each their own. Yeah, we're gonna go for 3 sets. Usually, what I do for the back days, especially when I was been bulking up, is go the first 2 sets heavy, and the last one like squeeze focus. But of course, since we're just going for higher rep volume, I'm going to make all 3 of these sets the same. Yeah, aim for that 20 rep mark. See how close we can get. I want 52 kg. I'm relatively confident we can get near that with this weight. Yeah, especially with these D handles. If it feels like a straight bar, a wide grip, I can usually get a little bit more volume rep wise. But these D handles, I don't know why, they make it a little bit more difficult. But for that, I just prefer the feeling a little bit more. Yeah, 3 sets, high rep volume. Let's get into this first one. Okay, close enough. I think that was about 15 full range of motion reps before we start getting some partials in. I think I'll drop it down by 1 pin, but put on one of these cool little cylinders. So here -7, but here plus 2.3. So yeah, just much a 5 kg drop. That will hopefully get us to 20 reps. But regardless, great open set. Let's get 2 more. Okay, I think I slightly overestimated there. or underestimated, should I say, the effect the cut has on muscle fatigue for the next few sets. So yeah, we're going to drop it down by one more pin for this last set, but yeah, still regardless, 14 full reps, I think those, we'll take it. Right, that was a torturous last set. I was so determined on getting to 20, even though obviously at the last 3-4 reps, maybe even 5, I can't really remember now, weren't full range of motion. Still got there, so at least we got the 20 mark for one of these sets. But yeah, pull downs down. That's feeling great. Let's move on. Okay, an exercise that I can't even tell you the last time I've done this one, but as you see by the setup, what are they called? Incline dumbbell rows. Incline dumbbell chest supported rows. I don't know. That seems like a pretty good description to me. Yeah, we're gonna get these in, and yeah, seeing as I've not done these for ages, I'm uncertain what weight I should be going for here. I've got the 16s because I feel like that's a pretty safe number because if I'm aiming for that high rep range, I feel like I can get quite a lot here. And at the end of the day, if I get like slightly less rep volume, I know with this weight I'll still be minimum getting 8 to 10 reps. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking 2 sets of these rows because yeah, the security guy mentioned how he does how many different rowing. So he has 3 different rowing variations on his back days, which I find a bit crazy. So I don't know if we're going to go for all of them. We're definitely going to try 2 of them. So here's 3 were this one I'm about to do. Another one, the bent over dumbbell row, the single arm one, and also the chest supported machine row. So I think we'll stick with the dumbbells today because I never do dumbbell rows. See how they feel. I've not done them in ages. So yeah, good to give them a try. But yeah, like I say, I think 2 sets here. See how many reps we can get. What would you look at that for a guess? 20 on the dot, even though they weren't all full range of motion, like with the pull downs, but I felt pretty good. And another interesting thing that he was saying is he doesn't do any shrugs. I was like, so what? You don't do any direct trap work? He's like, he doesn't really need to with all of the rowing he does, which to some extent I certainly can see that point, because with these rows, I definitely am working a lot more traps than with a lot of other variations because the grip is quite high. But it feels good. It feels very good. Like, I'll be honest, my whole back is feeling fired up right now, so I definitely can't complain. I'm even tempted to do 3 sets here. We'll see. I'll definitely get another one in, and then I'll assess the damage after that. But we'll stick with the same weight, I think. We'll stick with the same weight. We'll just get probably a few less reps this time around. Okay, this is also one of the best things for me personally when it comes to recording my sets is when I do exercise like this I've not done for ages. I can watch these back because I know my form there's not perfect by any means, so I can watch that back. I watched that first set back and I could see, for example, my elbows weren't tucked in enough, and also I think I was holding the dumbbells up a little bit too high, so I tried to drop them down. Of course, any tips or form, let me know. Yeah, I think let's move over to some different rowing motion now. Not sure what that's going to be yet, but those felt good. Okay, I think for the other dumbbell rows, the bent over ones, we're going to save those for the next back day because I want to get some machine work in also. And we're going to go for some single arm rows here. That's another thing that he said. He says he does a lot, pretty much, not exclusively, but the majority of his exercises when he can, he does those single arms. So I'm not opposed to single arm movements. I just feel like it just take a little bit longer to complete the workout, especially if I'm doing cardio and core work, which I'll be doing later today. Sometimes the workouts can drag on a little bit, but I came in a little bit earlier today, so don't mind going for some single arm rows. And overhand or side grip variation. What are we thinking? I think let's go for overhand grip because for lats I want to get some pullovers done later as well. So let's do a little bit more, upper back trap focus for these rows. And I don't know. Maybe actually let's do 2 sets. We'll do one of each. I think we'll get a bit of a mix. So let's get into this first set.
Attention please, this is a safety announcement. Immediate action required. Full call alarm activated in the all-inclusive changing room. Attention please, this is a safety announcement. Immediate action required. Full call alarm activated in the all-inclusive changing room. Attention please, this is a safety announcement. Immediate action required. Full call alarm activated in the all-inclusive changing room.
Oh, someone's pulled the emergency cord in the toilet. Pretty much in the disabled toilet. There's a flush and there's a string next to the flush, which I guess some people can mistake for the flush, and someone must have definitely pulled that. But yeah, that was too light. That was too light. Do you know why? Because I thought, seeing as we are going single arm and high rep volume, I thought let me drop it quite substantially, but that was a little bit too light, as you saw there, towards the 25 rep range, which, don't get me wrong, set still felt good. It just dragged on for a little bit too long, so I'm going to go a little bit heavier for this one, for the overhand variation now. Alright, 2 sets on there. I'll be honest, I don't know if this particular way of doing these rows is for me. And this is one of those things, what may work really well for someone else may not be great for you. At the end of the day, we're all different. Everyone's anatomy.
Attention please. Going up in the disabled toilet.
Alright, hold on, let me go and save the day. Okay guys, I couldn't resist. But the security guy said he literally doesn't do any trap work, I mentioned earlier. To attach to this kettlebell, to doing these kettlebell shrugs already. It just feels so good every time I do them. However, I do see where he's coming from, because that set already done 1 set. We're only going to go for 2. That set already done. I think felt a lot more difficult. And like I said, that's probably to do with the volume of rows, but B, the different type of rows also, and definitely like the dumbbells target a lot more traps on upper back as well. But regardless, 2 sets here. It shouldn't be overkill per se. They just feel really good, so we're going to go over it anyway. Let's go for 1 more set here. Right, like always, still gonna keep rest pulls in these, but that's back to almost done. Might do one more set of rows because I forgot, and I said that he does three different row variations on his back day. He actually does four. There's one more with the cables. So I was gonna finish up with some pullovers, but I think you know what? Let's do one more set of rows, one more set of pullovers, and then we can call it a day. Is this too much volume for a back day, especially on a cut? I don't know, but I think the pump check will be a pretty good reflection of training this way. Right, the rows that he was suggesting on the cable machine is to get a wide grip, however, do a neutral grip, if that makes sense. So, actually, still keeping my arms shoulder width. And another thing he said is do some underhand grip variation rows and pull downs, which I forgot to do, to be honest. So we'll try that next week. But that's what we're going to go for now. Literally only one set of rows, just because I feel like my. Okay, I was about to say something that was going to sound very suspect, but yeah, definitely fatigued. Let's just put it that way. So I think one set here should do it for rowing. I feel like I'm some sort of Cambridge rowing student. With this back day, I've done so many rowing variations, but this will be the last one. We'll try this underhand grip one. We'll see if I like it or not. I don't know if I will. Although then again, saying that, I don't think I've ever tried rows like this, so there's only one way to find out. Going lightweight, because once again we're aiming for high rep volume. Let's see how it goes. Okay, maybe I was wrong to overlook doing just any back movement with the underhand grip, because that felt really good. I'll be honest, I think this is something I'm going to do a lot more going forwards. I'll keep trying that. Yeah, we're going to call it hip rows, like I say. Definitely want to try it for yourself, though, if you've never given that a go. Definitely a slightly different sensation. But let's finish off, finally, this back day with, I don't know, we'll do a set review with the pump check, but final set here, let's do some pullovers. Okay, this is an exercise that you guys can shit on me in the comments for, because I've done a few warm-up reps and my form is not great for this. Like, I'm trying my best to feel my lats, and that's obviously the pull down, which I've done so many times. But usually I do it with a wide bar. The guy said try using a tri rig. So of course the main thing is you don't want to engage your tris. So what he said, the key for that is to not fully extend your elbows and keep them bent. Really just bring the tris to the rope to your lats and keep it there. So we're gonna give it a go. Honestly, I might do another set after this if I really feel it. But yeah, my back is exhausted at this point. So let's see how this goes. Right, I feel like the longer that set went on, I was getting more of the hang of it. I think the key is to stand further away so you still get that full lat stretch. Yeah, definitely one I need to get used to. Like I say, usually I use a straight bar. I don't know, I think I'll give it another go next back day, maybe when I'm fresh. And then I'll decide if I want to stick with the straight bar I usually do or switch over to these ropes. But back day done, so get a pump check. Okay, this little spot here has quickly become my favourite spot for a pump check. Since there's no one here at the moment, let's do it pretty quickly. Although actually, let's analyse first. How many sets was that? We started off 2 sets of pull-ups, 2 sets of dumbbell rows, 2 sets of machine rows, 2 sets of shrugs, 1 set of cable rows, 1 set of pullovers. 10 sets to be fair. I thought like there was quite a lot more, but yeah, let's see what we've worked for today. Okay, I don't know what that's looking like, but I'm definitely feeling pretty pumped. Yeah, I'm gonna have to review the footage, but I would call that definitely a different type of back day, but an enjoyable nonetheless. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up some cardio and core work like always. For you guys, I'll see you maybe on the treadmill today. I'll see. All right. I decided, you know what? Let's just get the chat done here. Whilst we're on the treadmill, getting our 15 minutes of cardio in for today. Let me just make sure that my portable is charging. My phone, there we go. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call that the best back day I've ever had. Certainly more of an experimental one. But, you know, it's always good to have something like this because you can take exercise that you like, drop exercises that you don't like. At least you know. Because the best teacher is experience. I think I definitely like those. What were they called? The incline dumbbell chest supported rows. I like those for sure. Like I say, the single one, I don't think that's for me, to be honest. I much prefer both at the same time. Not even for time reasons, just the feel. And those pullovers. I need to definitely, I think, just adjust the form for that one because I wasn't really feeling it. Maybe I need to go double rope. That was something that came to mind after I already finished. But yeah, still I know I left. I didn't leave any reps out there. Pretty much pushed every set hard. And at the end of the day, that is the most important thing because I could do any back exercise as long as I push it till failure. It'll still be effective. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we do moving forward. Also, I'm not entirely sure if I'm the biggest fan of this light high rep set structure. I don't know. I think next back day I might just make it a more normal one, or normal for me anyway, compared to today's one. I'll see. Many questions to be asked, but hey, at the end of the day, there's no time limit. Well, there is on lifting, but that is decades down the line. So I've got plenty of time to keep doing these stuff, keep figuring out what my favourites are, what my best way of training is, and yeah, just got to keep pushing it. And that's the best way to find out. Like I say, when I get back in tonight, I don't have many calories left, and the good thing with me having high calories before I get into the gym, I'm more carbed up, and obviously I'm just going to have more energy for the lift. The downside is I can't get as much protein in, which, you know, arguably anyway, the science says that the most efficient time or the most effective time to get your protein in is after a workout to help with the recovery process. So I think just a very high protein, low calorie meal will be the plan for tonight. Do I just spam like 10 eggs with like ham or something? I don't know. Something for me to decide. But yeah, like I say, 87.35 I weighed in that. That is the lowest weight I've been for a very long time. It's so weird. I'm still getting used to it. Weighing in and having to be happy that my weight is lower than it is the day before. I'm so used to, like if I see I've dropped weight, I was always so angry and like, oh. But now it's the opposite. So still adjusting to that. I feel like that'll take a while to get used to, but yeah, that's just more of a technicality. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're getting there. Like I say, I think we'll stay with 3.3k for another week, and then maybe, well, actually 100% when I get back from holiday, we are going to drop it down to 3k at most, maybe even into the 2.8k range or something. And I'll see. And that will be more challenging for sure than where I am right now. This is sort of like the luxury period of the cut because calories are still decently high. This is like probably, I'd say now, the typical range of calories that I would have if I wasn't focusing on my nutrition. If I was just to eat at whatever time I would want to. I feel like nowadays this is how much I'll be going for, which is also funny because when I first started when I first started actually tracking my calories, I remember 3,300 or even 3,200 was my aim for bulking, and I remember that being such a struggle. It's funny how times change, but obviously back then I was weighing in 72 kg, something like that, so of course that's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, good back day. Happy with the pull-ups for the first set. We got an high amount of reps in today compared to normal, so definitely can't complain in that regard. Like I say, I definitely want to get into more calisthenics movements, and hopefully learn on the first muscle up. That would be cool as this cut progresses. As I get leaner, as I shred down on this fat. Yeah, what else was there to say for today? Not much. I'm going to finish up, of course, on this treadmill now. Cardio is getting easier also. Yeah, I've never really had an issue with cardio. Like I don't mind doing it. I play a lot of football. I used to do cross-country running back in the day when I was a little year 9 or year 8, whenever I started doing that. I enjoyed running during lockdown before my knees started giving out. So yeah, cardio's never really been something that I seriously dread, like I know a lot of people do. Like just hop on a treadmill, hop on a bike, hop on whatever, 15 minutes, that's like a YouTube video, or I don't know, play a game or something, and you're done before the time passes, and so cardio checked off for the day. You're improving your literally your cardiovascular system, so your heart is getting better, which is reduces chances of stroke, all of that stuff. So it's definitely something that I recommend everyone does anyways. Yeah, I feel like I'm rambling on a little bit here. I'm talking about cardiovascular stuff, so I'm starting to waffle. But yeah, great back session. We'll see what the next one will be. Tomorrow is Monday night, football in the evening, but after football we've got arms, so I think it's an 8:40 or 8:20 kickoff tomorrow, so it might be a little bit of a later one, but that shouldn't be too bad. And the good thing with arms is it's not the most taxing lift to do, especially after football. If it was like a leg day, maybe that would have been a sign for a rest day. Actually, that's something I could chat about quickly. I should probably be doing a little bit more, or having more, should I say, having more rest days. So obviously, maybe not now, but definitely down the line, because I'm more carb depleted, just in general, calorie depleted, then it's energy mass system, and it may take a little bit longer for my body to recover between each lift. But
But I feel like it's just one of those things that it depends on how I'm feeling on the day. You know, I know when I'm feeling, you know, completely like my system's been completely cooked and I need a rest day. Otherwise, aside from that, I'll never want to skip a gym day. I've had so many times where I've taken rest days because I need to, even though I don't want to. So I'll still come in the gym anyway and get cardio or core work done. So it's definitely my definition of a rest day anyway, an active one, where even then we'll be getting, if there's no weight training, then there will always be cardio and core work done. Keeps you in the gym, keeps our routine going, especially if you're, you know, someone starting out. It's definitely good for that routine building and for that discipline of showing up as often as you should be to the gym, dependent on your split, of course. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. 6 more minutes on the treadmill, a little bit of core work. But yeah, in that case, I'll see you for the arm day tomorrow.